Prohibitive betting odds and all the major mock drafts say Bronny James will not be drafted in until tomorrow night, the second round, with the 55th pick by LeBron's Lakers. But Paul Pierce, what percentage chance do you give it that Bronny does get drafted in tonight's first round?
I give it 50-50, Skip.
Really? 50-50?
Yeah, because if the Lakers, I think they should draft him at 17. Because I just don't think nobody, once you get around 15, 16, 17 past that, is significant enough to draft. So why not take it on Bronny? But check this out. I got a scenario for you. If the Lakers don't draft him at 17, they better hope the Celtics don't get him at 30.
Okay.
The Celtics might pick him up at 30, then what?
Just spite the Lakers?
Oh, man. Yeah. I hope we pick him at 30.
All right. And do what with him?
You know, I don't know. Use him for trade bait for the Lakers. No, but you know what? When I really thought about it, think about Bronny on the Celtics. He gets the tutelage of Drew Holiday for the next 3 years?
Okay.
Because, like, you could kind of say Bronny could kind of turn into that, maybe.
He could.
You know, a guy that's high IQ and elite defender, about the same size, not, you know, but a little more athletic. I mean, that might not be a bad thing, you know, to be behind Derek White and Drew Holiday.
Okay.
You know, Drew's up there in age. You got to figure the next 3-4 years, you know, he'll retire. Who knows? You know, so that might not be a bad move for him. And, you know, we always try to find a way to troll the Lakers, you know, and do it.
Well, how would that troll the Lakers? What?
Because you know everybody want him to go there. So think about how ironic would it be.
We want him to get drafted.
But how ironic would it be for the Celtics to pick him?
That's fine. So what? You pick him. He lives his dream. You're not doing nothing to us.
We'll hold him for ransom for a Lakers,
so full of
for a Laker trade.
For ransom.
For a Laker trade.
You know, it's interesting. I look at it a lot of different ways, Skip, in this situation, because I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe LeBron and them is somewhere floating around in New York City right now.
They were. I mean, we're going to talk about the video.
Well, that's what the draft is.
No, I understand that. I get it. They floating around in New York City somewhere.
Okay.
And the Bronny wants his name to be called.
He does.
Wants his name
I just want to hear my name called.
You want to hear your name called. You don't want to be sitting and waiting. And so something gives me that same notion of 50-50.
Whoa.
Because, you know, it's not out of the realm that behind the scenes, his agent and Rich Paul could be having conversations with teams about him and floating out Phoenix and L.A. so much that we all focus in on Phoenix and L.A. is somebody comes in on the back door and swoop in because they see him as a project that they see something in that they could develop and say, you know what? We think he could develop into this. He can play basketball. We want to waste 2 years, 3 years to get him to where, you know, let's use this as his college experience in the NBA for the next couple years. So that's 50. The other 50 is if he doesn't go today, he's for sure going to go tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because the Lakers ain't letting him pass 55. As I said to you guys yesterday, he wants to be drafted, and they want him drafted. He ain't going to get embarrassed. So he's going to eventually be on somebody's team. I wouldn't be shocked if he did go tonight, though. I wouldn't be shocked at all. I would not be shocked.
To where? What would be your best guess?
I don't know, Skip. I don't know. I don't know, but I feel like that they're going to work their magic. They're going to do what they need to do to get it done.
All right. I'm going to stick with only 10% gets drafted tonight, only because all the major NBA draft analysts, Las Vegas, they're just saying it's a done deal to the Lakers at 55. Like it's set in stone. Just book it, Lakers 55. Then at least Bronny has the cachet of saying, I did get drafted, I heard my name called, even though it's only 4 picks from the bottom of the draft. And he would then obviously be guaranteed to play with his father on the Lakers, maybe for the next 3 years as he develops. that would be the best place for him to go as far as getting early minutes, because he's going to get some minutes with his dad next year, I believe. There's going to be no G League going on there. He's going to be playing some minutes for the Los Angeles Lakers.
That means the Lakers not going to be that good.
Well, you could, if you want to make that case. I just think.
I mean, if you get a 55th pick guy who's getting minutes,
Yeah.
most likely going to be on a team that's not that
See,
good.
I don't know, man. I'm looking at it from Clutch and Rich Paul. They're in New York. He does not want to sit and wait till tomorrow. They know that. He don't want to sit and wait till
It's a
tomorrow.
long night tonight.
It's
Yeah.
a long. He don't want to sit in that
No,
green
I
room and come
understand.
back.
Well, he's not
Think
going
about.
to be in the green room.
Or wherever at green room, hotel, whatever.
won't be in the
Think about this for a minute, though, Skip and Paul. LeBron James. We're not talking about me and Paul who play basketball and we got a second round. It's LeBron James.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
you
I
don't
do.
want to.
Yeah.
It's LeBron.
Yeah.
For whatever it's worth.
Okay.
You
All
know,
right.
somebody would just do it because it's LeBron, it's Rich Paul, he got other players, you know.
Yeah.
You just might just say, hey, we're going to take him at 27 or we're going to take him at 26
For sure.
because I got action at something else.
Okay.
Because we are willing to do that to let him develop.
Okay. Here's what I don't know about LeBron James Jr. I don't know his mindset as we speak, because it's possible he is becoming his own man. It's possible that Bronny is telling Rich Paul, you know what? I love my dad, but I don't want to be my dad or try to be that or play in
Under
his
his
shadow.
shadow.
Like, I want to start over. I want to do it on my own. So let's see if we can get drafted by somebody tonight like your Celtics. Because, again, you were just sort of half tongue-in-cheek, and then the more you talked about
Well,
it, the
think
more I
about it,
started
that might
saying,
make
wait a
sense,
second.
huh?
That,
But that's
it
what I'm
does
saying,
make
though.
sense.
That
do make
It-
sense,
it
right?
does. I like it.
You draft
Yeah.
him, you draft
when you
him,
really
you
think
learn
about it.
from somebody that
Yeah.
has the same sort of game.
Yeah, both those
You know?
guards.
Yeah,
Listen,
it makes sense.
those
The
are-
Celtics, like, when you really start thinking about it, it's like, it went from when I thought about it as a trolling, but when you really
Yeah.
think about it,
Hey.
that might be the best
Hey,
scenario for him.
your backcourt, which you were making the case is as great a defensive backcourt as we have
Yeah.
ever seen. Those two men, that they got as strong a basketball backbone as I have ever seen in players of that caliber,
Yeah.
where they meant so much. They're going to take and make big shots, and they are going to defend you to the teeth. You know, they're going
Right.
to get up in you. They're going listen. Bronny could learn so much from both
they
of
can
them.
come from that mold.
Yeah.
You know, because he's known as a defender. You know, he'll come in already NBA-ready defender. Like, at some level. I'm not saying he'll come in as a stopper or because he has to learn
All the
players'
different
games.
tricks and trades.
But if you come in under Drew Holiday and Derek White, arguably the best defensive backcourt to ever.
Okay. And what have I told you about your team? After your top six, I don't love what's after it. And Sam Hauser shut me up. He made some threes. I'll give you that. But Pritchard, I just don't love him. He can make half-court shots. I don't know about the rest of it. But I'm saying
In other words, Bronny James could
that's
do
what
that.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
You could have a shot in there, man.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
might get some
exactly.
minutes here and there.
Right.
You'd be just fine.
Yeah.
And obviously, he's got some stature to him. We're going to look at that video. Bronny does, but he's going to get more and more of his man body, his
Yeah,
sort of
he'll
Chris
get more
Paul body,
athletic.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't hate that.
Yeah.
And there are others. Listen, Philadelphia is sitting there with 2 picks at 16 and 41, and Daryl Morey just loves to shake things up and throw curveballs and be the center of attention. Would he take, even at 41, would he take Bryant? Well, sure. It wouldn't shock me a bit if he tried that.
Yeah.
And then Bronny did go work out for Phoenix, and Phoenix is sitting at 22. Would they just do it?
don't even-
Would
they don't even need much at the point
No,
guard. They
they
just
don't.
need somebody who can bring it up
Yeah.
and get the ball to their scores, actually.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the only thing that just kind of hampered them this year, Phoenix. So, I mean...
And the interesting thing about it is I've been saying since we've been having this conversation, it felt like all year long since he was at SC and came back the start of the season, is NBA teams can do certain things with guys like him. Meaning, like Paul is saying, not asking you to score like your dad, but in our minds, because of the last name, first thing we start thinking, oh, he's going to do the same things as his dad, instead of just saying, well, he's not going to do that. He's just going to be a guy on the court, bring the ball up, you know, and go get ready to do a spot up shoot three or go play defense
Yeah.
and get 15 minutes a game until you develop.
Right.
He can do that for many teams.
Drew Holiday was not your most valuable player, obviously, but I do think he was your most important player.
He was almost.
No, he was in the mix.
No, he's
man.
in the mix for sure.
Yeah, but I'm just doing the big picture, not just
Yeah.
in the finals. But
Right.
but was he your most important sort of glue player? Yeah, he was.
But you're also talking about a guy who's 14 years